I want to show you something. Look at this. You ready? Look at how pretty this is. Look at those shimmers. Whew. Whew. That needs to be on my eyes. Do something really smoky. That's what I want. I need that today. So I'm actually going to grab a darker eyeshadow base. This is just the lid, but there's enough product here. And I'm going to grab this on a Rose & Ben Beauty C31. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to focus this through the crease up to about right there. And what this is going to do, it's going to act as a pre-transition because we are going to be using black eyeshadow. I want to see how this black eyeshadow here performs. So this just kind of lays down a nice warm base. Actually, as soon as I finish this look, I am going to film the Sephora Sell Faves. So I will probably be posting that tomorrow. For the top part here, I'm going to grab the shade Fair. This is the one I normally use. Just a little bit of this, and then we'll kind of finish off this top part of the brow. Just kind of press that in. Let's grab this beautiful palette. I'm picking up this shade. It's called Cold Orange, and this is a Rose & Ben Beauty E28. I'm still not used to saying that. And notice that I turned the side of the brush that has the product on it. I'm going to pick up a little bit more. But notice that I flipped that towards the ceiling. That's going to fit nicer in your crease when you do that. And just kind of press it in there. Just kind of keep twirling that brush back and forth. Okay, this matte is blending like a dream. I still have some of that Pat McGrath pigment in here. We'll fix that. Black's going to go here anyways. But this is absolutely gorgeous. Truly impressed. I'm going to pick up the shade Henna. I'm still using that same brush. And we're going to press this in the deepest part of the socket. Grab a black eyeshadow base. You could just use a gel liner. I'm going to use a base because it is going to remain nice and tacky. And just kind of cover the entire lid. I do want you to notice where I'm going to stop. So whenever I relax my eye, I don't really want to be able to see that black because we still need to blend eyeshadow into it. What I am going to do is I did wipe off my brush. This is the same C31. And I want to smooth this out. I don't want to bring it up too high, but I want the edge of this black base to be a little bit smoother. So just kind of keep tapping back and forth. Bless you, Jean Bean. Oh, bless the Jean. Back to the Rose & Ben Beauty E28. Blows my mind. And we're going to grab this shade right here, and I'm just going to grab it right on the tip of the brush. I'm pretty sure you can see that. And from here, just kind of flip that towards the ceiling, start with that same exact pressing. What we're going to do is we're actually just going to set through the crease. Do not set your lid area. We want that to stay nice and tacky for the shimmers. But just kind of press that in. This kind of eye look is so intimidating, but this kind of eye look really isn't about the initial application. It's really about how to clean it up after. And I'm going to show you. I decide between this color or this color. I really want to do this color, but I've been doing a lot of colors lately. Maybe this color? I can't decide. Now remember, our base is nice and tacky. I went ahead and I grabbed this shade. I have it here on my finger, and we're just going to kind of, oh, yes. Just make sure that you don't set this base. These type of shimmers are going to be a lot better if they have something tacky to hold on to. Ooh, that's going to be back camera. So now I'm going to grab my E27, just kind of push it where my finger wouldn't fit, picking up the same shade, Rusty Penny. Y'all, so I always get asked if there are any kind of shimmery dupes for Pat McGrath, and honestly, these shimmers have so much sparkle. I've never seen shimmers that aren't Pat McGrath that have this much sparkle. I mean, look at this, and that's front camera. Now I'm going to grab my C30 here and a little bit of micellar water. And we'll just kind of start to clean up. What I don't want to do is I don't want to do a really sharp line. That's okay, I'm just showing y'all. I don't want it to be too far up. I kind of want to come back in later and melt it into the foundation. So I'm not going to be as precise with that. Sometimes I'll get ahead of myself and I'll really want to clean up the edges, and I'll just make it very sharp, which kind of makes every eye look the same. So let's wait until we get our foundation in and just kind of melt it from here to here. In case some of you missed it, remember the prototypes? Yeah, they're not prototypes anymore. You can shop them at rosenbenbeauty.com. Another thing I've learned over the years of doing 2 and 3 makeup looks a day is peach corrector or orange corrector, depending on your skin tone. Actually, let me go get the link for my color corrector video. So one of the reasons I didn't like to do smoky eyes at one time is because I just felt like it made my under eyes look terrible. And this black is really going to pull the purple, the green, the blue out from underneath your eyes. But a little bit of peach corrector, that's all we're going to need. It's going to help balance it. So we are still going to be using our concealer, but this little bit of peach just works magic later. And I'm using the C31 again. It's an all-star brush here. Just really make sure you press that in. Feeling frisky. Let's use this foundation. Y'all remember this? It went viral. I actually had 2 videos that went viral when I used this. KVD Good Apple. It wore pretty nice. If you'll go back to when it first came out, I have a bunch of videos. A little bit goes a very long way with this foundation. I wear like 013, light 018. Normally I do wear primers, but I haven't even been keeping the makeup on long enough because I'm going to film a couple more videos tonight. So we've just been skipping over primer. e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer is my fave though. Let's work this in. I do like it. That's a really good match too. I do like it, but I just don't think it was as magical as it was hyped up to be. It is a very pretty foundation, but it's definitely not for oily skin. Back with the Rose & Ben Beauty C31. It feels so good to say that. I'm so sorry. I might become so annoying, but 2 years in the making. And it just blows my mind that here they are and I can talk about them. And y'all have seen them, even though you're like, where did this come from? If you go back, you'll see these brushes, but with black handles. So, and I'm going to take this through here. And I have the tiniest amount of the foundation on here. And this is where the cleanup starts. So I wanted to show this in real time. For me, I don't like a whole lot of product over here. I feel like it weighs my eye down. Again, I have the tiniest amount of foundation. I really don't want there to be hardly anything on here. Too much and it could take away our eyeshadow, but just the right amount just starts to melt everything in. I'm itching the side of my nose right now because in between takes I go give Jean Bean all the smooches. So this is where we go. We just kind of smooth that. We're kind of round out the eye instead of just making a harsh, sharp line, which does add a nice lift, but I don't ever want to get stuck in a rut. Since the Sephora sale's coming up, I want to try something that I haven't tried in a long time. This is the Tom Ford Cream Contour. It's really the Shade and Illuminate, right? Yeah, Shade and Illuminate Sculptor. No, it's Shade and Illuminate. Using the shade 01. And I remember you really have to kind of load this on. But I do remember liking it. I also want you to notice that I've not set anything and I have not even done my concealer because I kind of want to get a little spicy. And by spicy, I mean I want to layer this on. And in case I go overboard, kind of like I just did, it's a little too far down, we can do our concealer and come back later and fix it. This is the Rose & Ben Beauty C40, and as you can see, you can use it with cream as well. You can use it with powder. But I do want you to notice that no matter what, I always use pressing motions. So make sure you're just kind of stamping that on. I'm gonna go down the sides of my nose. Yeah, this is really, really pretty. I don't think it's wowing me enough to mention it in the cell. Yeah, it's not wowing me. Let's grab the Oma Beauty. This is the Woke Concealer. That's gonna be way too much. So what I'm gonna do is not panic. Never panic with makeup. I promise you, you can conquer it. We're gonna grab the Rose & Ben Beauty C30 and I'm gonna pick up some of it and just kind of move it where I want it. Just move it over this way. Again, I don't want this to be a harsh line. We're still gonna connect later, but I wanted to grab this concealer because a little bit of this concealer goes a very long way. Now I'm gonna grab my Anissa Beauty Angle Concealer now that I have the concealer placed where I want it. And just really work that in. This right here, I'm definitely going to recommend in the Sephora sale. This is the Givenchy Powder. And yes, I love the She Glam, but nothing really is ever going to truly be the Givenchy Powder. But I will say the She Glam is a really nice close second. I just want to always find something for everyone's budget. And right now is a really good time to mention the Givenchy because of the Sephora sale. Grab an E29 here, and I'm grabbing the Givenchy powder, and we're just going to start to tap that through the center. Go around the brows, grabbing a little bit more. So satisfying. Has the door open, it's pouring down the rain, and it's getting colder here. She's out there screaming, "Ooh, it's so cold!" It's probably 60. A very spicy, expensive bronzer I do recommend is this one from Gucci. It's magical. It's butter. It honestly, it's a powder, but it goes on like a cream. So I'm just going to add a little bit of definition here. Also, it's so pigmented that just tapping in one time is enough. I just tapped in. Look at that. A little bit goes a very long way. And it's kind of magical with this brush. Let's do a black waterline. I feel like I haven't done a black waterline in 100 years. Of course, I'm using a By Mario pencil. Now I'm going to grab the Rose & Ben Beauty E26, and don't let this brush intimidate you. You don't have to use it with just gel liner. I'm actually going to be using this black eyeshadow here, and I'm going to extend my inner corner. Look how nice that is. I feel like when we see this kind of brush, we automatically think that we have to use it with scary gel liner, but it actually makes eyeshadow, and even if you're using brown eyeshadow, and even if you're using a neutral colored eyeshadow base to map out liner, they're really magical. I'm just going to bring that, and I'm really tight lining. I'm actually going to grab a little bit of the eyeliner that's on the waterline and just kind of keep bringing that across there. Again, there's so many ways to use this brush. I know you look at it and you're like, bent liner brush, but it just gives you so much precision. I'm actually going to grab powder foundation on it right now, and I'm going to go underneath here and really sharpen this up. Grabbing a little bit more. I'm telling you, it's spicy. You know, that's kind of the beauty of Rose & Ben Beauty. I'm always here to help you with the brushes. I'm always here to teach you. I'm always here for you. Put on some real floofers, because with this intense smoky eye, I feel like you can get away with some real big floofs. These are from Lava Lashes in the style Theron. Actually really vibing with these blush palettes from Pat McGrath. This one is called Amber Allure. And I'm going to be using this shade right here. I feel like this is kind of a fun shade to wear with the smoky eye. And we'll just kind of press that right through here. I'm going to do a brownie nude. I'm going to start with this Buxom Lip Liner. I love these, by the way. I believe these are at Sephora. I'm going to have to double check that, but if they are definitely going to be mentioned in my Sephora sale. And then I just applied this lipstick from Melt Cosmetics. By the way, I adore these lipsticks. They're so pretty and creamy and matte. Now, they're not transfer proof, but you could make them transfer proof with Aquasil. I'll do a video on how to make any lipstick transfer proof. I'll do that. That'll give me something to do. And we are done. This palette, A+. A+. I cannot wait to use it again. Look at this. I can't wait to use it again. Again, I've never seen shimmers this close to the texture of Pat McGrath. I love you all so much, and we will see you in the comments tonight.